Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dicefunctional Season 2 Campaign... Okay, Dicefunctional Campaign 2 with the Neighborhood Watch. Where we last left our group of intrepid idiots. They had just made their way and dealt with a horrible mage by the name of Vokore Shaw. There they had rescued Fizzy's kidnapped sister, Mizzy. And then you guys managed to bring them back to, if I recall correctly, it was the tower where you had last left her. And then you started working on the problem with her whole lobotomy. And to do that, you went and sought out a new ally that you have found, a talking corpse by the name of Dose, who appears to be separate from the forest that is Rostopska, and seems to have some kind of a regenerative effect with him, though perhaps of one that is a bit too strong. You guys acquired some panaceas from him with the agreement that you would end his life, as he has been stuck alive for the last 237 years, when all this was said and done. And you then went back to the tower and tested said panacea on the first injured person you had, which was Adam.
Poor man.
You know, you say that like it's a bad thing, but it's gonna fix him.
He's gonna get better.
Yeah, but you also did not know how it was going to work out, and you didn't really warn his doctor about how this was going to go.
I mean, what was the worst that could happen?
You know the answer to that.
If we had warned Shay, he wouldn't have let us do it. Better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
You also make it sound like we were like, oh man, we have this panacea, we gotta test it out. Who is injured? I know. No, it's like, oh, we can help Adam with this.
Okay, let me.
It's good intentioned. All right.
Let me then just clarify this. Why did you go to Adam first and not Mizzy first then?
Because
there's Adam and missing limbs.
And Adam was also in a worse state.
Adam's been in extreme pain for a long time.
We wanted to help him feel better.
You're
like trying to make us out to be the villains, and we are so selfless.
Yeah.
We're being absolutely genuine when we say what we're saying on it. I don't think you understand.
We literally discussed this in character. Like, Mizzy was in a stable condition.
I know. And that was basically where we had left off. So you guys are currently inside of your, well, now officially your wizard tower, as you killed the previous owner.
It's bitch.
We already had squatters' rights.
So. So this is going to go off of Morrowind logic. You've killed the previous owner. It's yours now. No one can say otherwise.
My house.
Handed over the deed to us when he died.
What's he gonna do? Stop us?
Oh my god, weird. He had the deed to the tower on his person when we killed him. Now we have it. Legally, it's ours.
So yeah, right now this is a matter of you guys deciding what you want to do next. I have very little to do in this situation. I have no real say in the matter. This is all on you guys.
Well, we need to figure out how to administer dose to kill the evil mushroom.
Yes.
That's true.
That was our...
Yes,
I mean,
and that it might require finding the center of its math, as if it senses something is going wrong, it might easily remove or separate itself from part of its body that is being cleansed.
Well, yeah,
Which is
and I know we were told that we need to put a strong enough poison at its center, basically. But how much of dose is a poison? Like, How much do we need to
We
kill?
don't even know how big the source is. So we would have to see the source first and figure that out. And the problem is with that, I will say, the problem with that is that we don't know where it is.
Mm-mm.
And
Well, Dose might know. He's been
We
a
also have
parasite.
We also do have a mirror.
And
We
Mizzy.
could go, hey, show us the center of the
Mizzy
mushrooms.
might know.
Missy might
No,
help.
Fitz is right. We could just use the mirror.
Mirror
Mm-hmm.
would help, yeah. Yeah, mirror would help.
I think if we use the mirror, we should make sure we're ready to administer the poison. Because if we teleport in there, I also think that it will probably notice.
Probably.
Probably.
I also don't really know if we need to see it first because mycelium have a way of spreading and multiplying and becoming more and more and more quite quickly.
True.
And especially with pardon my use of the term, but the magic mushrooms, they tend to maybe even go faster. So
Time
Never
tends
really
to
been
fly
in-
when you have magic mushrooms.
never really been in this situation before, but
Yes. Perhaps
Just
the
pleasant
limiting,
feeling.
perhaps the limiting factor will be when Dose has fully regenerated, so we have as large of a sample as possible to work as poison.
Jill's getting water.
In the meantime, I should resummon Blues. I've had
Probably.
the opportunity.
I will say this is probably our last day before we go in to deal with the mushroom. Chances are it's going to defend itself.
And didn't Dose also say that if you take too much, it starts fighting back? Like, we might have to contend with Dose's mushrooms as well.
Isn't there like no magic?
There's a zone, a no magic zone.
What if it's in that zone?
Well, if you are
I-
unable to look in on it, then that would probably be a fairly
Yeah.
accurate
That's
assumption.
true.
I mean, it's also not. I would expect the center to be. Well, the center. The no magic zone is kind of on the fringes.
Made to keep people out.
Would that mean that magic items would not work inside?
If it were in that zone, then yes.
Yeah. Everything magic unless it's got some sort of anti-magic thing on it.
Counter your counter spell.
It would be possible for artifacts or objects, perhaps bestowed by deities.
Well, anyone got any deity items that they've been keeping hidden?
Oh yeah, let me just.
Wait, I make that joke. Hold on. I make that joke. I'm the person with the deity item.
Yeah, you're literally holding one, dumbass.
Yeah.
Your sword that you got
Yeah,
from the
it was literally
mechanical
made
god?
by a god.
It also would mean Blues would not be able to enter, nor would I think Frogger Reuben.
No.
Well, Ruben might be an exception. He's kind of a weird little guy. It really depends how much of him is left being a familiar and how much of him is demon.
I
If
wonder
Luz
if he'll ever
can
really
enter
stop
and
being a familiar.
If Luz can enter and you kill him in there, would that prevent him from being able to respawn outside?
Good
Why are we
question.
discussing this?
Possibilities.
Aren't we talking about the mushroom?
I mean, in a way, yeah.
Are you suggesting throwing the mushroom into the anti-magic zone?
I'm not, but it would be very funny if we did. I don't
Well,
think it would work.
that would assume that there's one part of it that hosts the consciousness, when the consciousness seems to just be everything.
I more suspect if I would suspect the core is not there, for otherwise it would struggle to communicate with the other parts of it outside of it. But
That's
the
also true.
if it's outside, then the mushrooms within there are likely separate from the main body, at least in terms of having a diminished consciousness with it.
Long story short, it is very doubtful it's within the anti-magic zone. It would be too complicated for its own existence.
Yes, not to mention its ability to speak to all of you as it did.
So do we want to talk to Dose again, or do we want to wait until Mizzy wakes up? Because I think those two people are the only ones who can give us more information.
I don't see the harm in waiting right now. I mean, the forest will still be there. It's not like we're missing a week, you know?
My only worry is that Mizzy even immediately won't be able to, because it might take a bit of time.
Well, do you know that for sure? Have you ever given someone magic mushroom medicine before?
We can give it a day or two and see how she
We're not.
progresses.
Yes. And
I'm
we
just
can also
saying there's a possibility, is all.
There's a possibility a meteor could fall right now and hit the tower.
Oh my
It is possible that it takes a long time to heal, in which case we don't wait that whole time.
I wouldn't want to wait a day or two, though.
What are the odds of a meteor hitting the tower right now, Fitz?
Not as low as you'd want. Never as low as you'd want.
I hate that answer.
It's not zero.
I think I just
Yes.
developed a new anxiety.
Welcome to the team.
Let's
Think about it all the time.
let's speak to Dose and figure out how long it'll take to have the maximum poison at our disposal.
And how to do it. Again, he might know where it is. Being a little parasite and all.
Maybe we don't call a person a parasite, like, to their face. I think we should probably keep that one, like,
He
behind.
called himself a parasite.
I know, but that is not positive self-talk. We don't need that. Not a parasite, you're a...
I will encourage the positive self-talk when we talk to Dose again.
Alright.
So as a leech...
Oh god. Positive affirmations and self-talk with those. I am important. I am more than my mushrooms. People like me for more than my magic.
So we're gonna go talk to Dose?
Probably for the best.
You go to Dose?
I was gonna say, are you gonna do it just through the mirror, or are you gonna go to him? Because bear in mind, I don't know if you have the spells to come back.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Or we could take an hour break and then we'd have the spells to come back, to be fair.
You could also do that, yeah.
Why can't we just talk to him through the mirror?
We can talk to him through the mirror.
That's also true.
He talks in our brains, right? Like his jaw moves. But
So he was
like,
speaking
shoots-
in, he was speaking in your brains in the little hidey hole you first met him in. When you were there with him in where his body was, he was actually physically talking.
Hmm.
So we could.
Also, we before we went to those, we long rested, so Fizzy's down the gaseous form and Fitz is down teleport.
Yeah, I was wondering. I went to my
Teleportation
sheet and I
circle.
had all of my
So-
spell slots, and I was like, "Yeah,
So,
we don't
yeah.
have any spell slots."
Yeah. We should all have our resources apart from like those spells.
Yeah, aside from gaseous form and teleportation circle, I believe,
Yes.
you guys should be full up.
And now
So
for,
it
like,
really
took
would
a
be
long
easier to
rest
just use the
inside.
mirror.
Because we used a long rest inside the bubble.
So yeah, it'd be easier to just use the mirror and then just go from that point on.
Yeah, let's just talk to him through the mirror.
Making your way over to the Mirror of Omniscience, you would call for the form of Dose to speak with, and you will be greeted by the form of the decomposing body, with the being held together by the tendrils of mycelium. And you will hold on. Let me get the voice mod on. Unsurprisingly, I can't talk like that normally.
Let me get my man on the phone here. Beep boop 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 boop.
Beep beep boop beep. Hello. Uh-oh.
Oh, wait a minute.
It ain't working. Hold on. Probably gonna sound a lot cleaner after this too. There we go. All right. That's better. I see you have other ways to speak to me.
indeed.
Yes, we
Good.
do. So we don't have to go over there every time. Now that we know where you are, that you exist.
More efficient. Good.
Exactly.
So,
Questions.
indeed,
Do you know where the source is?
no. That I do not know.
Okay. Do you know how much of you we have to use to kill the source?
Of me, I could not say for sure. Of the material you likely just made,
Yeah.
I would assume maybe roughly a gallon, something of the sort.
Okay.
Fairly large amount.
Connor, how many like would I have to make essentially?
So basically you guys would have to it would be a more challenging check because you guys are making a large quantity of it and it all needs to be roughly the same. It's ultimately going to still be a check of some sort, but it's one that may result in you guys having to take a few swings at it, which could wind up taking a few days.
That's fine.
Right. So as to minimize any fighting we have to do with the mushrooms that encompass you, how long does it take for you to fully regenerate in between?
Very swiftly. Within a matter of an hour, I've likely already regenerated what you took away from me to make your panaceas.
That will also help guide our process for eventually killing you.
However you wish to guide this process, make sure you do so swiftly.
Alright.
But still, there's no concern about you taking too much. I would doubt you would be able to do so, not without concerted effort. Why has the music stopped?
I don't have music, so I can tell you.
Fuck.
Please don't stop the music.
Please don't stop the music. I'm gonna have to fix that. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Okay, keep going. I'm sure one of you had a question or something you wanted to ask Dose.
I mean, a gallon. I don't know. I think that's it. Unless anyone else has anything, we didn't have that. Like, we just had like how much we need to take. You know,
Yes.
if he knows where the source is, that's
So-
it. How long he can regenerate. Like, we didn't have that many because we basically knew what we needed.
Mhm.
So.
Alright.
The simplest way for you all to think of this is you simply need to acquire as much as possible, concentrate it as much as possible, and be ready to use it within a day or two of creating it.
Which means we do need to figure out where the source is, either now or very soon after
Yeah.
putting it all together. The mirror might be able to show us, but I don't know if it can make the distinction. It probably can, but
You've been remarkably specific with it in the past.
and again, Mizzy might have some idea when she
Yeah.
It's gonna take.
wakes
it's
up.
probably Gonna, yeah, it's probably gonna take us a few days to make stuff anyway, because it's gonna take. I've never made that much in a day, so.
Could we also maybe the icebox of holding could increase the amount of time it's remains potent?
I would doubt that.
Worth the shot.
It is a matter of keeping the spores alive. The spores will not survive low temperatures or being stuck into a bag of holding.
So we gotta carry it normally.
For the sake of killing you, is there any type of attacks that are ineffective and which we should avoid?
Unfortunately for you all, many attacks are ineffective upon me.
What would be the most effective?
Attacking as swiftly and as repeatedly as possible.
Hey guys, I have 2 flasks of alchemist fire still. That might help.
Oh, I have access to several different smites that have different damage types, but
I've been carrying this alchemist fire for like 30 sessions.
And what do you think would happen if we mixed alchemist fire with the last of that fire crystal salt that I have?
Oh God.
it would depend on the check, I'm assuming Connor will say. It could be a stronger thing, or it could be an immediate explosion.
Yeah, only one way to find out, bud.
You can set
Well,
it
that's
up. I'll set the flask on top
Don't
and it go
have
pew.
one.
I was gonna say that's the thing about like alchemist fire. Is it in a glass?
It's in a
container?
flask, yeah.
Sprinkle the salt on Dose like a little cured meat.
Billy.
Sprinkle it and then throw the alchemist fire
Better
and
yet,
look away.
Can we do
Y-
it
Better
your
yet-
plan for killing this guy is
just
the most
Season him.
painful means of killing someone imaginable, apart from perhaps intense radiation.
Okay,
I don't know that
but
he really
his-
feels pain anymore.
His body parts are not attached to his body. I'm sure some fire would be fine.
and fire is the #1 way to make sure something doesn't grow back.
Let's
Yeah,
make
I gotta
let's
say.
like we make a flame, like a flamethrower.
Oh my god. And it's fire salt. Salt and burn.
I was gonna say, better yet, you can just put glue on the outside of the alchemist fire and rim it like a margarita.
Like,
I was
What?
just gonna like stack him and then like shoot it with a
At-
bullet.
at that
so it
point,
flash
why not just-
explodes.
encase
that's what
with
I was
molten
thinking.
metal and then use heat metal on them.
Hmm.
Actually, could do searing smite as well.
Yeah. Do we want to at least start the process of getting the stuff we need? Because I think that might be a good idea. 'Cause it might take a few days,
Well,
especially if I roll like
We
garbage.
can't be too quick about it because it loses its potency really fast, doesn't it?
Right. But Connor did say it would take a few days, probably.
If
A
we
few
can
days of
find-
a few attempts, like or a few attempts over a few days to get it right is basically what I meant.
if
Not you are doing this over a period of days. It's you are doing this over a period of days,
Okay.
trying to do it successfully.
if we learn what is the optimal process, then that will make subsequent attempts easier.
Fair enough. So let's maybe wait a day or two before we start. Why
In the
did you do that now and not when we? I miss your.
Hey, don't complain. He did it for once.
You're right.
Gift
I'm only
horse. Don't
thirsty
look it in the
now.
mouth.
We miss it.
Yeah?
In the meantime, we should try to find the source.
Yeah, we should try to find the source while we're waiting to like. And I don't know if necessarily if I want to do the mirror, because if we do the mirror and they like sense the mirror, they'll know something's after it. You know what I mean? What I'm worried
Yeah,
about.
that was my fear. How about don't we have some divining capabilities to ask whether using the mirror to find the source is a good idea or not?
Yes,
Kenneth has
we
divination, and Fizzy has scrying.
Fizzy does have scrying, but
That's
Fizzy
also a sensor.
does not have it prepared today.
No, but Kaz literally
I was gonna
does.
say, Kaz
Yeah.
always has is it scrying or you have augury?
What?
Or
No.
Augury.
divination? You
It's
have
No,
Divin-
divination.
Oh,
Yeah,
divination. Sorry.
so you always have it. I don't have it prepared today because I didn't do
Yeah.
this. So you can ask.
You can.
Okay, I use divination. What am I asking?
I believe that we're asking if using the mirror will
Basically alert the mushroom.
yeah,
To
alert the
our
mushrooms as to
scrying.
what we're doing, yeah.
Well, using the mirror alert the mushroom that we're looking for the source.
You ask this question, and as you do so, you will see that from your outstretched hands, you will see what looks like two dark thunder clouds that appear, crackling with lightning as they start to strike down at your hands. The answer is yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. Like that's a yes. That's bad.
So don't use the mirror to find it.
To be fair, it already knows we're here. It's
That's
been
true.
following us through the entire forest. It knows we're
Does-
here.
It does already know you're there. Yes, absolutely.
It knows we're here, but it does not know we're at. Like, it does not know that we're going after the source. I will also point that
Yeah,
out.
basically we're just trying to give it the least amount of heads up as possible, so that hopefully its forces aren't as strong.
So we need to figure out a different way to figure out where it is, because using the mirror would be bad. I think. I could call my mom.
See, just one of those very interesting contexts to the statement, I could call my mom, and I did not expect it to be mentioned in the middle of a Dungeons & Dragons game.
I could literally call my mother. Mom, do you
I
know
could call my
where this-
mom.
We could
do you know where this-
we could additionally look at old map of the region for this thing has been spreading outwards. The source is most likely somewhere at least partially underground.
You can also ask the
But-
bleeding book. Maybe. I don't know.
That would be if it
Could ask
existed
the
at that
bleeding
time.
book.
I will say, I will point out one thing just for the point, for some expedience. You guys can do an intelligence check if you like some ideas.
I will do an intelligence check.
Yeah.
With my very
I saw
high
you reaching and I
intelligence.
wanted to see how Fizzy would roll there.
It's a nat
That's a nat
20, isn't
one.
it?
No, it's a 19.
It's a 19. Oh.
So 18.
I mean, it's actually fitting for Fizzy to get that kind of a roll. Fizzy recalls that the first time that they tried to use the book, it was not aware of the growth of the mushroom because it was not given information about it. It doesn't know about it, unfortunately.
So that book would not be able to help, unfortunately.
With that
Okay.
said, you could use the old-fashioned route and find if the locals happen to know anything that may help pinpoint it. So
Yes.
something that is where it is more active, where it's more dangerous, stuff like that.
Yes. And also the historical maps, because if the region has been demarcated, then we should see it spreading, and at the very least that will allow us to remove areas as being the source.
So I can call my mom.
Yeah, you could definitely call your mom.
It's encouraged, especially by the MILF-loving members of the party.
I'd like to wait to call my mom until Lizzie's awake, so that she, or not mention that. Shit. I don't know if I want to wait. I don't know if waiting's a good idea. Waiting's probably not the best idea. Maybe we don't mention anything about that.
Here's what I suggest. We wait one more day so that Fizzy can prepare scrying, and Kaz can use divination again to ask if using scrying will have a similar negative effect.
I just need a long rest for my divination,
Yeah.
honestly.
Right.
Well,
Same here. I only need a long rest for the scrying.
yeah.
That's like
So
waiting a day.
that gives a bit more insight to see if it is the fact that we're the ones being there perceived, or if it's simply a scrying sensor, if that would have a different outcome. And in the meantime, we can also speak with locals of the area. I would also assume there'd be a lot more people in Belvic that would know about it.
So they're not a bad option. Would you guys like to move to Belric and start trying to ask around there, or do you guys want to do a rest first for the divination scry question?
I think it just makes sense to like make our way towards Belric as we're resting, because then we can do both. Like it doesn't hurt to do both.
Yep. Okay, that'd be simple enough. I feel like oh no, you can just go through the chest to get back to your cart. Okay. So I'm assuming everyone is going to head back into the cart to get your asses back to Belric.
Yes.
Okay. So roughly, it will take roughly 2 days of travel between where the cart last was and where Belric is. But it'll be relatively straightforward for you guys to do so. Are there any things that you wish to do in between right now and once you arrive at Belric? Any scenes, conversations, items you wish to make?
What do I have?
Did you ever, by the way, did you ever finish making the scroll of like Game of Fate or whatever it was called?
No, because I forgot about it. I have all of that magic paper.
It's true,
The
you
stuff
do.
that was legitimately obtained with no.
Can I get
Fine,
more magic
whatsoever.
paper?
You mean
Would that
from the
be
sun,
wrong?
from the city that you just bought a bunch of magic paper from?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I'm asking because I have thoughts that I might execute, but it
Not-
seems like half the plans that have been set have been shot down, so I don't really want to deal with it.
You would not be able to acquire more magic paper from Belric, no.
Okay.
Other towns and cities certainly, but Belric, a shit ton of it was just bought out. I can't remember how much it was.
About 800 pieces of paper.
Yeah, that's a lot. So yeah, not from this city. With that said, you can start to work on the spell scroll you wanted to have. I'd have to double
remember.
Yeah, I would have to double check how long it takes for that to be created.
2 hours per level to inscribe it into a spellbook, so I assume it's a similar thing for spell scrolls. 50 gold
Yeah, it's something like
2
that. So
hours.
what level spell is this, out of curiosity?
6th.
Okay, so it take half a day
12.
basically, so 12 hours. You could very easily do that if you wanted to.
Might as well.
That's fine.
I got nothing else planned. How much paper do I need to remove from my thing?
300 gold worth because 50 times 6, right?
I believe. Yes, 300 gold's worth.
For just the 6th level spell?
I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure Cody is correct.
I know you
So-
definitely don't need to use all of the paper because you got extra.
Standard rule. 6. Balls. Where the fuck was it? I had the page somewhere.
Adam has a new kitten.
I know. I just saw a picture of the little guy.
It's so small.
With
Oh.
eyes sparkling and not yet clouded with hate.
No. So half the cost of the actual going price. So it'd be 640 for a 6th level spell
To make it?
to create it. Yes.
That's what I thought. I was like,
Yeah.
I know it's a lot more than that. That's why we
Yeah.
bought so much magic paper.
Yeah. I think Cody is correct about when copying spells. I think it's a little different for making them. And also, there's no hard rule for it in Dungeons and Dragons.
Because 5e
Because
way
5e
oversimplified everything.
Oh my god. But yeah, I'm confident you have the stuff for it. I'm confident you can do it. So knock off the amount from your inventory. You should be good to go.
Game of Fate scroll. Okay.
And then I just need like a deck of cards.
I have one of those as well. Because I'm proficient in playing cards, so I picked them up. Oh shit, I gotta figure out what I want to do with these brain stems.
Oh yeah.
Since I couldn't get the hearts, Ruben.
Ruben will give you an impassive look as you pointedly say that to him.
Could have used those for something.
Completely unfazed.
But no, you wanted to eat them all.
Should we be worried that Ruben wanted to eat fiend hearts?
To be fair, he ate worse things when he was a little guy.
Did he?
Yeah.
We kind of left him alone with one too many bodies at multiple points.
Well, while that might have some increase in capabilities over quite a long time and a large amount of consumption, the fact is that these aren't true fiend hearts. They did not come from beings actually within the planes of hell. So they do not contain as much essence as the true bodies would.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah,
Speaking of,
there is a
what
difference between a summoned body and the actual body.
Yeah.
yeah, you're technically like consuming the components that were used for summoning rather than the actual.
Yeah. You were saying, Becca?
Well,
Was I?
Yeah, you're about to say something, I think.
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
and
Just
speaking
reacting.
of, what is that room and why does the monkey keep going in and out of it?
What?
Which room?
He'd be pointing towards Tana's room because Rua makes frequent trips in there for cloth.
It's best not to question what the monkey does. Monkey does what monkey wants.
Yep.
Also, it's our dead friend's room that's full of cloth that she had.
And you're simply leaving it completely unchecked as what, some sort of shrine?
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
Didn't seem like a reason to get rid of it. You never know. But Ruben can be in there if he wants. He was her friend too. Even if she didn't live to see him becoming a almost talking, pretty sentient, multiple-armed monkey. I think she'd get way too much joy out of that.
Oh boy.
Yes, there's various other strange rooms in here that seem to contain nothing.
There's multiple rooms that just don't contain stuff in here. For example, the torture chamber is still here, but there's not anything in it.
Great, we still have that.
Yeah, you never know when you're gonna need to contain a prisoner.
But if
We
you
clean the blood.
if
Oh,
you
well,
can
we're-
create it again anytime,
It's just easier to leave it. Although I think I saw Ruben go in there once after we pulled someone out, so it's probably clean.
I feel like we shouldn't be encouraging these habits. Not if we want them to turn out good.
I mean, there's a group of cannibals in this world that are mostly good people.
Mostly. That does remind you of one thing. You did ask Strooper to keep an eye out for any signs of the dragon being around. The blue dragon, that was?
Oh gosh.
Oh, we did.
like a week ago in game.
Yep.
Do you want to
I
contact
think-
him to see if they've seen anything?
I figured we were gonna wait until after everything with the forest.
Yeah, it's like let's do one thing at a time.
So no further scenes, I am assuming, that you guys wish to have or need to have. Okay. Making your way back into the city of Belric. This city is more so a fortress in comparison to the mountainside city that Hargrak has become and the precariously positioned one that Orpheus is. It has been designed entirely for keeping things out of the city and stopping stuff from coming in. It's largely brutalist architecture, stone, concrete, and other artificial materials are there, most likely to prevent anything from growing where it should not be growing. The city is, well, they are somehow fairly relaxed given their positioning. But there's always a very, very, very constant armored presence of the guards who are here. And it does not look like they're here for robbers. It looks like they're here for, well, the things coming out of the forest. You guys would know that there are certain individuals who are trained and taught to make constant patrols along the roads to make sure that there's no further spreading of the forest, to pay consistent attention to the forest, to make sure there's nothing weird going on. So you could certainly try to reach out to some of those individuals. Alternatively, you could just try to break into a government building, or try to bluff a government official into telling you what you need to know. At the end of the day, there are quite a few ways you could go about doing this. You could also just do the simplest thing and just start asking people. It's up to you, though.
I am busy making this spell scroll for the considerable future of this day, so I leave it in everyone else's capable high charisma hands.
Uh-huh.
Is that your way of saying I can't roll for this because I have bad charisma?
No, but I can
Theirs is good.
Her charisma's
My
fine.
problem is, I have a 16 charisma and
Yeah.
I got expertise. My problem is I've already committed to making a spell scroll, so I cannot be there.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I didn't realize it would take that long.
I have
Oh.
18 charisma, but my only proficient skill is intimidation.
Well, I have a plus
six.
I have a plus 11 in persuasion and a plus 11 in deception.
Oh my god.
I have a +6 to deception and persuasion. She's
So I wish you all
mildly
luck.
charismatic.
I am going to be carefully writing and trying not to mess up on any of this paper.
We
Godspeed.
should head to a government building first. They would be most likely to keep records.
That would be one of the easiest ways of going about doing it.
Jill, what's up?
You okay, buddy? Got a little headache? Okay.
Okay.
You guys continue on, making your way towards the nearest government, basically government building here in the city itself. It is effectively like a small keep of a sort, blocky in design, high, thick walls, intended to keep people out, much like the rest of the city. At the opening of the door, there is what looks to be a younger dwarven man. His hair is cropped very short. He has a just like a chin beard that's been bound down into a braid, and he is currently kind of sitting on like a small stool next to the door, while he has an axe just kind of balanced gently on his leg. And as you guys start to make your way up, he'll go, "Can I assist you, out of curiosity?"
Yes. We're looking into the current spread of the mushrooms around this area and trying to seek historical documentation to trace its past movements and growth.
Well, that would be you and everyone else who lives in or doesn't want to live in this forest.
We
That's
may
not too
have a
surprising.
solution to the problem, and we need to find out the best place to administer it.
Roll persuasion, I'll say.
Is this a new day or is this a different day? Or is it the same day?
This is a new day. It's been 2 days.
Okay, hold on.
23.
It's fine. You rolled a 17 on the die, I'm assuming? That's literally what I have for my oracle, so I cannot be of use to you right now.
Don't mean nothing for.
Mhm.
Even if you are Well, we do have some historical information about the goings-on in the neighboring area. I think you are suicidal, in all honesty, or perhaps foolish. But if you wish to go about doing so, that is fine. I can show you the archives we have in our keep for you to look over.
Certainly.
Is that agreeable?
Sure.
You'll be watched the entire time you're in there, bear in mind. Just to make sure there are no sticky fingers amongst you all.
Of course, we'll be on our best behavior. Looks at Kaz. Our
I mean,
best behavior.
I mean, Kaz doesn't steal random documents. She steals shiny things.
These are the archives, though. You could sell these. Our best behavior. As
the young man will pick himself up and he will lead you into the actual keep itself. And he starts leading you downward, deep underground, down steep and unpleasant staircases to walk down, until eventually you are in a surprisingly dry chamber, lined wall to wall with books, some of which are actually in little kitty, some of which are actually in which are effectively like protective cases that have actual like seals on them to stop them from being opened or to stop air from coming into it. And you will say, we're going to have a guard keeping an eye over you, of course, just to make sure nothing occurs.
Alright.
But you're more than welcome to look around here. This is a more public-facing area. But this is what you will have at your disposal.
okay, I guess we start looking around.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, to go about searching through this area, you'd be using what is effectively something like investigate. I used the wrong word. Sorry. You're just looking for books that will be pertinent to this information. That's all you're looking for. So unfortunately, no advantage from the mask, Jolly.
Hmm.
Sorry, bud.
Could I argue for Fitz having a bonus being able to determine how old some of the books are?
Fitz isn't there.
No, Fitz is not there.
Okay.
Alright then.
So I'll take a round of investigation checks from you guys.
I can't help.
You can with disadvantage, but you can't help.
Fine.
Well, that's a total 20.
Oh boy.
Okay.
We left all our intelligent people behind.
Ooh.
Yeah, unfortunate. Unfortunate. Oh well, it happens.
So, Kaz, this is probably the least interesting room for you.
Mhm.
There are no shiny things.
Nope.
It is just old books and paperwork, which is not your thing, to put it simply. Yeah, maybe you could sell it, but there's a guard watching you the entire time. So this is this sucks. This sucks, actually. It's just not fun for you. Granny, you attempt to assist as best you can, though your assistance is a little bit more a little bit more stymied by the complexity of what you're looking at. You're looking at a lot of old historical documents, a lot of relatively dense reading material. It is very much not Granny's thing. Fizzy is in a similar boat where, unfortunately for Fizzy, you can't read it properly or not fully.
Or at
So-
all. I rolled a
so-
1 total. I
Oh, you rolled a
out.
1 total?
It's also
Yeah,
probably in
technically.
Dwarvish.
The
Yeah,
2,
so unfortunately-
and I have a -1.
Yeah, unfortunately for Fizzy, it is an upward battle. Ignatius would have probably some of the best luck. You're actually looking at documentation that's more so behavior of military in the area and behavior of guards in the area. And perusing some of the historical documents that you have at your disposal, it does actually mention losses that were more present in certain areas as opposed to others. And there were some very high spikes of individuals lost in scouting parties and forces that were meant to be keeping the railway clear right around this mountain here. Cody, I'm hearing some stuff from you. There we go.
Might be occasional, like, noises of affirmation that I'm hearing that might not be getting through.
So yeah, there was historically a notable amount of individuals lost in the process of scouting and keeping the railways clear right about this spot here.
Did the mushrooms in that area predate the railroad being put in, or was the railroad there before the mushrooms spread to the surface over there?
The railway was here before the railway was there after the mushrooms were present. Clearing that section of land out for the railway to continue along there was a very difficult process, but it was done.
All right. It appears that there's a denser concentration of the mushrooms up to the mountains in the far north. If we could find maps of that particular region, or perhaps if we go to the town up there and find further information there, we might be able to further pinpoint.
I do think we might be overcomplicating it.
At least we know the source is likely almost confirmed to not be in the area of non-magic.
It still doesn't solve the problem of what it is, because we need to know how to best administer it. And I would, while it might not be necessary, I'd prefer to know that before going, in case we run into, well, we're almost certainly gonna run into trouble.
Indeed.
Like, I don't know if we can just, if there's like a larger mushroom or a central mushroom and we can just throw the gallon of potion on it, or if we're gonna need to do something else.
How about we could attempt to seek further information by looking for other documentation, specifically from the period when the railroad was being constructed and the pathway cleared out. If there might be personal records from people who witnessed something abnormal there, as there was an influx of people in the area, as well as an influx of disappearances and confrontations with the mushrooms. And as a number, it should be something Fizzy could recognize, and thus, even if she can't determine relevancy, she could help find documents that have that specific date.
So I'm gonna be talking out of character here. You guys are overcomplicating that.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of you are overcomplicating that. The area I marked off on the map is likely close to where it is.
Yeah. But this
It's
might
the area
also
on the
be, yeah, this might also reveal if there's special types of creatures that are active in the area, infected with mushrooms.
I think that's a guarantee.
Yeah.
We've already seen some.
Hey, Connor.
Yo, what's up?
How much paper would it take to make a 5th level spell?
One moment. Pretty sharp difference between that and level 6. Level 5 spells, when they're sold in shops, go for about $640, so you'd be making it for $320.
No. As in, I would like to make it. I want to put it in my grimoire.
Oh, to copy it down?
That's 250.
Yeah, $250.
Cool. While everyone is gone, can I bleed on the book?
Sure.
my
Oh, no.
goodness, What are you gonna do?
How much? All right. Yeah,
I'm gonna
keep
use
going.
60.
Okay.
Oh lord.
I want legend lore.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Um,
Actually.
That's been my plan in the background, and you guys are complicating things way so much.
Yep.
I'm just gonna do it.
Just do it. The thing is, we do have to get the items for legend lore. I will say.
What are the items for Legend Lore?
You need ivory, and ivory that you can keep. So it's like, I believe
think
it's
it's-
four.
It's a
100
focus.
The
Four
focus
things
is-
of 50 gold each.
Yeah, so
and-
$200 worth of ivory, and then I don't remember how much, but you need also incense.
250 gold of incense.
Yeah. So.
Well, we can get that in
ivory,
Belric.
The ivory stays like the ivory constant. Like you don't need to get new ones, but you obviously can get new incense.
You always need more incense, though.
Yeah.
So as you are bleeding upon the book while the rest of the party is occupied, it will begin to collect the lifeblood that you have provided it, and on it will start to scroll various runes and diagrams for what is effectively a ritual of a sort on how you would go about casting legend lore, which you could then copy down into your grimoire.
I'm taking a break from making the spell scroll to transcribe that into my grimoire.
Yep.
Yeah, mine's not urgent. It's just, again, I thought it
Some-
was gonna be like.
So I just want to point out, Jess, I'm nearly 100% sure you'd be done by now, because it takes roughly 12 hours to copy down to make a spell scroll, I should say. So you'd be able to be doing this and have the spell scroll done.
Cool. That's what I'm working on at this point. Just get legend lore.
Which I think is very, that's what we're using.
It's been sitting in the back of my brain this whole time, but like I said, there were so many plans getting thrown out, it just wasn't worth adding to it until Connor literally stopped you guys and said, "You're overcomplicating this."
Sometimes it's the best thing to do.
So I'm gonna uncomplicate it, get legend lore.
Thank you. Very
Yeah.
appreciated. Because, like, my brain could not handle all this. I was like, to be honest with you, I physically had no idea what was going on.
Darius is gonna text you
Yeah.
guys that she needs incense and ivory.
Text you.
Text.
How about
I
you
can't
use
believe Darius
sending?
invented text just for this.
Isn't that
Oh,
the same
wow.
thing?
Guys,
No.
did you know I have a cell phone?
And yes, I know I was overcomplicating. I was trying to make it feel like a real investigation. Like,
No,
My goal was just to be more prepared than just jumping in there.
Not
You
gonna
don't
lie,
need
Darius is gonna use the sending to Kaz.
Okay. Legally or
Legally?
feeling it.
Legally. What are you doing? Over acquiring the stuff.
Oh.
Y'all don't know what I'm saying to Kaz. Darius is gonna go have fun with it.
Oh god.
Mm.
I don't care.
So the message is basically, I need 4 pieces of ivory valued at 50 golds, 200 total, and 250 golds worth of incense. Have fun with it. That's basically your message.
All right, I look at the group. I'm out.
not even-
Bye.
You're not even a. Darius isn't even accounting for if she needs multiple casts of it.
I'm also.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, this is also like. This is like. I mean, honestly, once she's like really unsuccessful with what's happening here, like she cannot read or anything, she's like, can't help here. I really can't. I'm just gonna go. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go. And she's just gonna leave. And then she's gonna head back to the car.
Okay, you can do so.
Yeah.
Ignatius will say to Granny, if we are going to those mountains, it would probably be best if we took the train up to Leofleo.
Well, we have the mirror. There's no
This is-
point.
If we wanted the cart with us. If we use the mirror, we simply need to make sure that we have spell slot for teleporting out.
Yeah, I was hoping to maybe find if someone had spotted it before so we could plan a little bit more, but no, I think Fitz's original idea of just going there might just be the, Occam's razor.
So, while you were doing that, Kaz,
Yeah.
how do you want to go about acquiring these these components?
Okay, let's see. Incense is probably the easiest one, right?
Yep, incense would likely be one of the simpler things. Well, actually, in fairness, ivory would be the simplest to get because you don't need to go to a magic shop for ivory.
Really?
You just need to find a place that sells ivory. It's just like elephant tusk and stuff like that. That's ivory.
Means you could steal from like a jewelry store.
Yeah, you could steal from something like a jewelry store, basically.
Okay. Let me see.
I'm just trying to give you ideas for fun things to steal from.
So I have to steal ivory and incense. That's the things you need, right?
Well,
Yep.
it could be bought too, but yes, that's ivory and incense are the two
There's
things
no,
you need.
There's no fun in not trying to steal.
All right, that's fair.
I'm encouraging bad behavior.
So, what would you like to try to go for first, Jelly?
Probably the jewelry store.
Being a dwarven city, you would be able to find a location that does jeweling relatively easily. You'll be able to find a location that does rings, amulets, what have you, which you are pretty confident will be your absolute best bets. So, would you like to roll a stealth check to try and avoid any eyes getting drawn to you?
Yes.
Roll stealth, please.
It's normal, right?
Yeah, it's normal.
Okay. Technically, I have reliable talent. It's technically a.
It's a 22.
Good thing for
Mama, you say that so discouraged. Like,
I'm always discouraged like this when it comes to rogues at this goddamn level. It's like I understand it, like reliable talent is a really cool thing to have, but also it's a huge pain in the balls because it means that anything that they're proficient with, there's zero tension. There's nothing.
You know, there is a build.
That's why even I argue, like, let me have natural ones, please, because otherwise there is no tension.
There is a build where that is possible to have proficiency or expertise in every single skill plus like 3 different tools by level 16 or 17.
Yep.
And be at least have reliable talent.
Yeah,
So,
which means that you can't fail anything. But yeah,
Pretty
so
much.
Jolly, you'd be able to slip your way into the jewelry store with relative ease. You can't hide, not really. It's a jewelry store, it's wide open, everyone can see everyone there, and you're the tallest person in the room. So
Okay.
at the end of the day, your hiding is just blending in. It is
Right.
making you look like you belong here in this location.
Okay.
And you are looking through the display cases, and you're looking at the jewelry, and it's all fairly nice. I'll be honest with you. But you don't see ivory. Not on display. You can see little bits of worked ivory where someone's carved it into beads or settings for jewels, but no like free hunks of ivory. If you were to guess, though, there may be some large chunks in the back room.
Okay. I'm gonna go try it.
Yeah. I will need another stealth check, please.
Okay.
As you are looking towards the back room of this
18
Hold on a
on the
second.
die. Come on. Damn.
sorry, it's only a 6 in the die. Looking towards the back room, you can see that there is a dwarven jeweler who is very clearly he's doing his job. There's no other way of putting this. The man who's trying to pay attention to the work he has at his disposal. So it would be difficult to just immediately slip past him. So you just kind of wait a bit and wait and hope that eventually he moves out of the way. And eventually you do slink your way past him. Though you are not sure about how much time you have back here. Would you like to roll a investigation check to try and find some ivory to steal?
Yeah. Can I find anything as well for hidden things? Like maybe there's some. I don't know.
Like a hidden lockbox where they put
Maybe.
Okay. Sure, I would allow you to do so as well. Roll investigation with advantage.
Okay. Not too well. Could be better, but
You begin peeking around the shop itself, and this back room, and you see you're not finding what you need. You don't immediately see any ivory. You see plenty of shiny things. There's a lot of gold and small ingots and silver and platinum and little bits and bobs, and it's all very nice, but where's the ivory? You don't see any.
don't see ivory. Okay.
At least not with a 10. As you are poking around this back room, you will hear a deep rumbling voice from the jeweler at the front as he's talking, and you hear him go, "Just give me a moment. I'll be back in a second. I think I may have something that is more your style." And you hear him start walking into the back room. I would like another stealth check, please.
Worst case scenario. I'm looking through my items right now.
Kill him.
No. No.
Are you going
I mean-
into the rat hole?
Huh?
Would you go into the rat hole?
That's what I also was thinking of. I also have Pass It Out a Trace scroll from you, Garrus.
It encourages bad behavior.
Yeah.
I don't mind hiding in the rat hole. I think that's like probably the ideal. He's only there for a little bit of time. So, am I rolling stealth again?
Yep. It'll basically be stealth with advantage because you're effectively putting yourself out of sight. So,
Okay.
yes.
There's the 18.
That was the 18. Fucking 30. God damn.
You will very swiftly clamber up the long rat tail that dangles down out of the hole you conjured up into thin air. And you'll pull it up behind you, and you will look down into this one-way mirror of a portal, effectively. And below you, you'll see the dwarven man walking around inside of the back room as he goes to find some jewelry for his customer. And all around you, you hear this cacophony of little squeaks and chirps as the rats are all staring in at you and moving around a little bit.
I'm used to it at this point. They don't creep
Yeah.
me out.
You will also see no evidence of any of the bodies that you have placed in this room.
Oh, okay, so they're able to eat bones. That's interesting.
What's your passive perception, by the way?
How do I check that?
So if you look at your character sheet and look at the skills that you have,
Okay.
you'll see that there's a number in the parentheses. That's your passive.
My passive in the parentheses.
Yeah, so it's next to the number with a plus. In your case, it's,
Oh,
yeah. So in your case, your passive perception's a 17.
okay.
Just for future reference.
Oh,
It's not bad.
It isn't.
Yeah.
As you're just kind of doing that, and hiding up here, you get just the slight hairs on the back of your neck feeling that something is watching you.
Oh my god, I can't believe the Rat King has noticed you.
oh my god, the rats.
And you glance up and look around very briefly, and just for a moment, in the large pile of rats, you think that you see a large set of eyes that are about humanoid size looking in at you, and then just as quickly they are gone.
Well, we don't have time to think about all that.
It's like,
Oh,
I'll
it's
get you both cheese
probably-
next time.
You think maybe it's a Corage haunting me just because I tossed his fucking body in the rat hole. Not ominous at all, but cute goes.
What if the rats are building themselves a body?
Oh god.
A rat homunculus.
I personally think that's a hysterical idea.
Ugh. Ugh.
I think that actually was a thing in one of the modules.
It steps out of the pile, just going, Castella. Giving it a few minutes more, the dwarf will step back out of the room after pulling what looks to be one of the nicest pieces of jewelry that was hidden back here. That looks like it could have maybe sold for quite a bit at one time. As he takes it with him out towards the front of the store.
I'm still trying to find ivory, technically.
You'll be able to slip back down into the back room, and you'll need to make another investigation check.
Is it normal or? I don't
It's
know.
it's at advantage.
Okay. That's an investigation. Oh, it's an 18.
18.
Same 2 dice rolls as the previous roll.
That's weird.
You begin perusing around the room a little quicker now, because now you've seen how the guy is looking around and what you think may and may not be of note for you. You eventually find what looks to be like a small box, yay long, really short, and you'll find inside of it what looks to be a few cut down tusks or horns from some creature, all bleached white ivory. You think this is exactly what you're looking for, maybe a little bit more even.
Okay.
But what you will also note is that there is definitely a lockbox in this room, but you can also hear the conversation out there wrapping up, which means you don't have a lot of time to open up that lockbox unless you decided to push your luck.
Hang on. I'm
I always
thinking.
wondered what it would be like to do a prison break episode.
No.
Yeah,
We don't have time for that. We don't have time for that.
It's fine. Fizzy can turn into a rat, you know, get you the keys, and then get them to you, or make sure you get your
We can bring you a cake that's got a nail file in it.
Exactly.
Oh my god. I'm thinking because it really depends. If she wants to stay for the lockbox.
Michelle,
mean-
please mute. We can hear it crackling as you reach into
sorry,
it.
I thought I muted myself again. Sorry.
You're fine.
I just have to. I haven't done this as much, honestly.
Well, I think we both know the answer of what you're doing now.
You know what
don't
I'm
we?
gonna do? I'm gonna go back into the rat hole, and what I'm thinking right now, I think Cat's gonna knock him out, waiting in that rat hole.
Okay. Roll me another stealth check.
Okay. Listen, I'm not.
I personally think this is hysterical. Look, we need some levity in all the depressing that
Mhm.
we've been having.
Davis is going to hear the news of like what happened in town and be like, I shouldn't have encouraged her.
I feel like I should be
I should've
playing.
picked-
I feel like I should be playing Sneaky Snitch by Kevin McLeod right now.
I didn't think it would be this bad. I thought she would just steal the eye. You know what? No, that's on me. I should know better.
Jolly, Kaz will sneak her way right back up into the rat hole, as you guys have taken to calling it. And you will watch as the jeweler will walk back inside of the back room again. This time, no longer carrying that nice necklace with him. And you see that he will be beginning to work on a new project of his. You see that he is starting to work on another amulet, as he is starting to slowly polish it and get it to a nice shine. And you will slip down from your hideout. Would you like to roll to hit him?
Let me think really quick. It's the second day, right? From recovering.
Yeah, you're full up now. You're good to go.
You're planning on casting silence first and then hit.
That's what I'm
We're gonna mark my words. This will come back. You're gonna be like a next session. You're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna cast silence in my hat, and I'm gonna go, no, you're not.
But hey, if you silence it and then knock him out, he'll never have seen you. And no
Exactly.
one will know who stole anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will cast silence using the Hellwalker's hat.
I will now knock him out.
Mm-hmm. Roll to hit him.
What do I?
You're just rolling an attack. It doesn't matter what with.
Okay.
It doesn't
You
matter.
need to do enough damage, but not too much.
I'm not gonna crit him.
You
Not
will hit.
bad.
He has a
Okay.
commoner. He has commoner AC.
Okay.
Yeah, and you will unceremoniously bludgeon him in the back of the head, and with silence up, he does not make any noise as he crumples to the ground unconscious. Which leaves you with his lockbox.
Yeah.
Probably has the key on him.
Exactly.
And you will swiftly pick the key from his pocket, and you will unlock the lockbox, and inside you will find that there is a smaller box, mind you. This one looking to be where the notes for today's earnings have been kept. And this one is easily hidden on your person.
I'm gonna take the earnings for that one. Is that just only money in there?
That is just the money that he has made, probably today, if you were to guess. They're looking inside the lockbox. There is also one empty. I don't know what the word would be used for, like a stand, like for displaying a necklace. There's one empty one where you can only assume that nice necklace he just sold was. But
Like
there is
a
also.
bus.
Yeah, like one of those. There's also what looks to be a small finger-shaped one displaying a small ring.
I'll take the ring, but not the earnings.
Okay. You'll take the ring, but you will not take his money.
Because at least the ring is not as suspicious if it was missing.
Okay, that's fair. You will please add one unidentified ring into your inventory.
Unidentified ring!
Yep, you do not know what this does.
Okay. I take the ivory and the ring, and I leave.
Yep, and you will very
Well,
swiftly.
first off, actually, I'll prop the dwarf guy to, like, maybe, like, I will purposely display it like he got hit with something, on top of the shelf.
you're gonna like smash an urn next to him so it looks like an urn fell on his head and he just
Exactly!
went unconscious.
And don't worry that no one heard anything about it.
Yeah. Just bad luck, bad timing, man.
So
Okay,
I'm gonna,
sure.
I'm gonna purposely...
You're gonna- I'm not gonna make you roll anything for that, but yeah, sure. You smash a pot next to him to make it look like he got hit on the head
You
by a
can't-
pot that fell off a
It's
nearby
still
shelf.
silence. It's still off, technically.
And yeah, you can slip out of the room very easily if you'd like to do so.
I will do so.
Okay. You have an unidentified ring in your inventory, and the pieces of ivory. Do you want to go and find a place to steal the incense as well, or do you just want to go buy the incense this time?
Honestly, I was gonna buy the incense because.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
A magic shop or a church would probably have it.
It's like, you know what it is? You know what Jolly's doing right now? She's doing that thing where, like, you steal a very expensive thing, like you're doing like the way to make yourself not suspicious is you buy the cheaper thing, but you like when you scan things, but you like put the expensive thing away, but you scan the cheap thing, like you like steal the expensive thing, but you scan the cheap thing, so like no one's suspicious of you because you're actually still buying something. It's like it's kind of what she's doing right now.
This is effectively what you're doing.
That's what I do.
Yeah, please knock off 250 gold from your inventory for the incense, and yeah, Costello will return back to the cart well after everybody else, including Ignatius and Granny, and she will have a small bag of incense, what looks like a small wooden box, and a new ring.
Oh, sick! You got my stuff.
I
Thanks,
did,
guys.
and a ring.
I mean,
I'm not gonna
also-
question it.
I'll point out, I'm also in the cart because I left and I.
Well, Connor said everyone's back.
I
Everyone's
meant I
back.
said everybody.
Everyone's
Yeah.
back? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
The less I know, the better.
I needed some stuff picked up.
How rough is Darius looking,
I was gonna
assuming she
say-
did?
Oh, I have 5 health.
Yeah, Darius is looking terribly anemic right now.
Why didn't you
and shaky.
You,
What did
Don't-
you do?
She was alone in the cart. What do you think she did?
you,
She's
you,
gonna-
you've
The
picked
less
up,
you know, the better.
Mysterious, you've picked up components for a spell that you did not previously have.
First of all, I wasn't alone. Fitz was here. How do you think I got the book? He hides it from me.
Fair. Okay, well,
Second of all, I have legend lore now.
Well, that's better than any archives we can go through.
Anyway. Hold on. 8 plus 6. So 14 points of healing.
I'm still anemic, but better.
Well,
Don't
We'll just
worry
make
about it,
sure
I'm gonna
to
sleep.
rest good before we do anything else.
Oh, also, I think
go to
Record is
therapy?
haunting me.
What?
I don't know. I thought. Well, I mean, remember when we dumped the bodies into the rat hole? I saw eyes on me. That's not the rats.
And maybe there's a rat god.
Well,
Did the rat be the god of all rodent or just rats?
Just rats.
you,
He wouldn't, or else he'd be the rodent god. I don't know what you.
you think
Oh my god, my apologies.
you
Pay
think
proper respect to
eyes-
the rat god in exile.
Actually, while we're here, we're in a city. Can I go get I just remembered. I just looked at my spells. Can I go get a bowl that has diamonds in it or crusted jewels in it?
Oh,
Right,
hero
there's a jeweler
feast.
just round the.
You go to the store, no one's.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, there's a jewelry store just down the street, and you head in there, and there's no one behind the counter.
Oh well.
Weird. I don't know. It's closed today.
Can I like?
The less I
Can
know, the
like,
better. The less
if Fizzy goes, if Fizzy like over the counter, hello? Can I see if anyone is like behind, like in the back or something?
Yeah, you holler into the back room, and you hear someone go,
Hello?
and you see a man kind of like a dwarven man kind of hobbling himself up onto all fours as there's like a smashed pot near where his head was.
Oh no! And I'm gonna jump the thing, and I'm gonna heal him. I'll heal him for 1 cure wounds. Oh no! And I heal him for 11, and I think I overheal him by a lot.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that.
Oh my gosh, what happened?
I don't know.
Oh, I think that fell on you, and she'll point to the vase on the floor.
I think it did.
No!
Well, very nice of you to be popping by, I guess. Lucky me. Sorry. Is there anything I can do to help you?
I'm looking for a cup.
If you get a discount for your kindness.
That's what I'm gonna try. You don't think I'm gonna try?
Sorry, there are no.
One-
Remember,
Yes,
One party member comes in, knocks his ass out, steals from him. A second later, somebody from the same party comes in. Oh my god, what happened?
no
The thing I
idea.
will point out, Jill. The thing I will point out is I didn't know
He's
this
genuine.
happened.
I know,
Yeah.
but it's still like, what happened?
Oh my
My
god.
favorite thing about this is it gives a whole new definition to the 5-finger discount.
I know.
Trust me, I'm gonna try. So I'm looking for a bowl that has jewels in it. Encrusted with jewels.
Oh, spellcasting component?
Yes.
I can certainly sell that to you. No problem. Terrible. I have terrible news for you, though. I can't offer you a discount on it, even after helping me. Magic items are regulated. Well,
Oh.
spell focuses are regulated.
Every
They are
teacher
supposed
gets
to-
her-
Throw in
Something-
non-magical free stuff.
I can certainly give you a nice ring if you'd like one.
Okay, I'll take that.
The ring I was gonna give
I don't know
you.
about the ring.
I couldn't find the ring.
Oh no, double oh no.
Also, I just realized it's going to be 1,000 gold. I don't know if I count that high.
We gave you. You said you need to buy a
Yeah,
gold
the
worth
mo- I-
1,000
I
gold,
think at
and
this
we
part,
give
the
you
moment the
1,000
party
gold.
hears that you're like, wait, I need to go buy something, they're gonna go, here's the money you're going to need.
This is
Okay, that's
exact
fair.
change.
Exactly. Okay, that's fine. If you can like throw in something, that would be really nice.
Yes.
Great.
I've a nice. Yes, I think that'll do. It's ivory and amber. It'll do well with the druidic look that you're going for.
Oh, look! This is just how I dress.
Well, it's the look you're going for.
I guess. I'm just a druid. I am a druid.
Yes, I figured you healed my head, and you're not wearing shoes in a city. I'm assuming you're likely a druid.
Wow. Out of character. Wow, what a stereotype.
I mean,
Wow.
you know how the dwarves treat the elves here. You're getting off light.
This is true. Because I healed him, that's why.
Yeah.
It's
And you don't look like a typical drow.
This is true. That would be really nice. I appreciate it. Thank you.
not a problem. Your bowl, your new ring. Thank you very much again. I do appreciate it.
Okay, well, bye. She's gonna take this stuff.
That should be
I
a
will.
new method of ours for getting extra stuff.
Is this how the party's gonna play it from now on?
The only word, but we can't ever tell Fizzy.
It's true.
The entire thing rests on Fizzy not knowing that
It's really
Kaz did
true.
this.
You can't tell Fizzy because Fizzy won't go for it.
Yeah. It's,
Or Fizzy, if Fizzy did go for it, she would get caught in a lie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You literally cannot tell Fizzy ever.
Or you get Fizzy's sister in on it.
Oh god.
So
That was so fucking funny.
while this is happening, Kaz came back with the ivory, the incense, and a new ring that is currently unidentified. Would anyone want to identify the ring?
Somebody touch this ring.
Somebody come touch this!
Somebody go
Somebody come
touch
touch
this.
this.
Would you please be so kind as to roll your investigation, Jill? I just sent you an image of what Kaz has stolen.
Okay. Certainly an interesting find.
Something
Um,
wrong.
This is a ring of treachery.
Treachery? What is treachery?
You send the thing in the thing.
The Ring of Treachery has three charges that restore on a long rest. While wearing the ring, when you are damaged, you may use a reaction to expend a charge and transfer said damage to a random creature, which could include an ally within 60 feet.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And yes, it is indeed called the Ring of Treachery, which jolly treachery means to be duplicitous, deceptive, or to be a traitor in some way, shape, or form.
Whoever gets that ring on the new season of Traders on Peacock.
And, well, I would not use it anyways, but I can.
Give it to Darius. We can take it.
Connor, why did that
He's
make
the only
you
one who
snort?
can't.
I think it's hilarious that the squishiest
Or-
motherfucker is surrounded by tanks is like, here, you!
Or
Yes.
if you want to be funny about it, give it to Ruben.
No, because they were all taking damage 3 times in every fight. As soon as
That'd
Ruben
be
gets
Like, I don't have to take damage.
Also, not gonna lie, I'm probably one of the few people with the attunement slots for it.
Yeah,
Probably.
miss 6 attendance slots, right?
Yeah, and I'm only using 3.
Darius stubs her fucking toe in the cart, uses the ring. One of us in our rooms. Ah!
What? Wait,
my
wait,
fucking
Connor,
foot hurt.
Connor, before we potentially give this to Darius,
Yeah.
what does this also apply when you bleed on the book? If it does, we are not giving it to Darius because suddenly someone like collapses in
It
the
is-
cart.
I mean, yes, it does, but also it is a reaction. So Darius has to actively choose to go, all right, you.
There's no you, it's somebody.
So yes, it would apply, but also
If you need that much blood,
That
please
is-
just ask me or Kaz.
that is an
Please.
act of malevolence from Jessica at that point.
That's actual treachery.
That's
That would be the
That's
most
just
fucked up
stealing
thing for
everyone's
Jess to
blood.
do.
Kaz and I have the tough feet. Please just ask.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I thought it was a cool item, and you guys are like, oh, we're gonna stab each other in the back so hard.
How can I steal my friend's blood?
How can I fuck over my friends?
Bye.
Blood.
I fucking killed Jess. You know what? In fairness, I was just reading over this item. I thought of a really fun synergy that would be, it'd be very interesting. Imagine you have an enemy that's hard to hit, and you have a rogue that has a ranged sneak attack. So you just give this ring to a barbarian or something like that. Have him charge in. The rogue sneak attacks the barbarian, who's easier to hit, and then he uses a reaction to cause the damage to the person that you are actually trying to cause the damage to.
But isn't it random?
It's random, so as long as if there's only
That's
one other
true.
person there, then the odds are 100% it's going to that guy.
That's
problem
that's
is-
true.
With the
Most
meanest
things
you-
are like 30 to 60 feet range. So
You You could commit a lot of crimes with that.
You could.
Mm,
You could straight up walk into someone's house and them not know you're there. Stab yourself in the stomach. Use the ring.
actually
Guess what?
get
Murder.
them.
So would
Murder.
it be the same damage?
Yeah.
With okay.
Yeah, it's the exact same damage. Which means, in fairness to them, the damage is transferred from you or whomever's wearing it to that person. So whatever resistances that they may have then will apply. So if you took 60 points of lightning damage, it's not a big deal for you because that becomes 30. But if you transferred it over to, say, Fizzy, who isn't resistant to lightning damage, Fizzy's taking the full brunt of it.
Yeah. You can make it. You can be very tactical with it, but you have to be very tactical with it.
Yeah, we're talking like planning 5 steps ahead, basically.
Another really good spell that would be in combination with it would be life transference. You don't take the damage, and the person you want to heal heals, and even if that person you want to heal takes the damage, they're receiving twice that in healing.
It's
I just
So
think
don't
that
get the ring.
Yeah.
I
was
think that
that?
if you got a paper cut and you transfer it to somebody, you're evil.
the meanest thing you could do.
Oh.
What were you saying, Jess?
Oh my god, my legs fucking hurt.
Yeah, I win.
But
Can you imagine if you go into a party and then basically you injure your your party member? And obviously it's gonna hit someone right.
Russian roulette.
The best part of
Jesus
the
Christ.
idea I just had is like you find a guy you really don't like, so you just follow him around until it's just you and him in an alley, and then you just punch yourself in the balls 5 times and transfer it all to him.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You're getting a new tattoo added in. Like,
Transferring the pain as you're getting tattooed. Like, yeah, this rules,
you're
dude.
just
I
like,
don't feel nothing.
this is fine.
The next
Someone
guy
else on
3
the
seats
street
over,
says,
screaming in pain.
Baddies.
Oh, we're the funniest.
It's so funny because that means
Baddies.
there's no way to correlate how they got it.
Why did this fucking we should go to break soon, but why did this fucking item provide so much comedy just by concept alone?
It's the randomness.
Oh fuck, we're gonna take a 5 to 10 minute break so we can collect ourselves after that. Finally. Darius, you've equipped and are attuning to the Ring of Treachery. You would be able to acquire you've already got the stuff that you need for Legend Lore. Really, as of now, this is all up to you guys. Do you want to do the Legend Lore now, or something else you want to go about doing?
I don't think there's anything else to do. We just need to figure out our best course of action.
in
Pretty
search
much.
of, as her first act of treachery, having just equipped the ring,
No.
Darius uses Legend Lore on Phaon.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
The problem is I don't know its name, so that wouldn't work.
You know the mushroom forest name, which is
Yeah.
Rostopska.
I'm not gonna try to
Let's see.
say that, and Kana can't make me.
Rostopska.
Rose Stopska. That's it.
The woods.
Yeah, you can
The mushrooms.
think of it like this: Rose Stopska. Rose Stopska.
Rose
I
would
will never stop ska.
Please don't. Connor
Really?
has even told me this, and I can't say it. And it's like my home. I go my home.
Mushroom
What?
roasty.
So yeah. And also with Legend Lore, you can just describe a person, place, or object as well. You don't necessarily need to name it. So.
You need as much info as possible in order for it to be most accurate.
Perhaps
So
we
no-
missed the chance for this to be called the Mushroom Kingdom.
Connor, I don't know what all I could list here beyond evil mushroom, its name, forest, location.
I mean, Fizzy would give you.
Yeah, Fizzy, tell me what to say and what I need to know specifics.
It's a forest. It's got mushrooms. It also.
It wants to be a god.
It wants to be a god. It's been slowly encroaching on my home for as long as I can remember, so for a very long time. Well, relative, but for a long time. What else?
Hive mind.
Hive mind. You're right.
It's not really a hive mind. It's more of a collective.
I already know what you guys know, so you don't need to do it like that. So you can just tell me that you want information on Rostovska, and we'll go from there.
Yes, Fizzy will give her all the information she has from home. There
Hey
you go.
Connor, I want the information on
Rostopska.
Good job, buddy.
You got it.
Robitussin.
Yep.
Robitussin.
I want the information on
Robitussin?
Robitussin now. I'll kill you!
Did Connor tell you why it took so long to get
Yep.
back?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he mispronounced it a lot.
Clearly,
Robitussin.
it's to song.
Like half the bottle. God.
So you cast Legend Lore, and you will feel that your mind begins to be bombarded with information about the forest that is Rostopska, giving you anything and everything that is available for you. Everything from urban legends about the creatures that roam amongst the forest to how people began to come up with ideas on how exactly you can see if your farm creatures have been infected by it. How the trees seem to watch, how the birds seem to be much quieter than usual. But ultimately, you'll come down to the idea of what Rostopska, I almost said Robitussin, of what Rostopska is, or what it was, or what it could be. The earliest and most ancient stories tell of some kind of a growth, some kind of a sentience or presence that was felt near the mountains at the northern coast of Ekes. That druids were disconcerted with the area, how they felt that there was too much of a presence from the nature around them. It seemed to be too in tune, too present, too coherent compared to most trees and birds and other bits and bobs of nature. It seemed almost malevolent, twisted,
Intelligent
even. And some undocumented year, some undocumented season, some undocumented druid was the first to come across what was known as, or what became to be known as, a Rostopska. It came across what was effectively a large, a mushroom, effectively, but one that was constantly in the process of releasing spores. It rained down from it constantly, glinting and sparking ever so slightly through the air, and it was covered with these large bulbous growths, which seemed to twitch and move like large pustules. And coming from those growths were tendrils and lengths of mycelium that began to stretch out towards the cave itself, and that is when the unknown druid first began to know Rostopska. Yes.
This feels like the beginning of a bad smut novel.
And then the tentacle porn starts. No.
So
I scared away Phantom with that awful comment that I just made.
God.
She did. She ran.
I don't blame her. No. And that is when that first druid was then shortly afterwards lost to Rostopska, as that is when it began spreading further, once it finally knew that there was something else out there. Then it all started somewhere near the mountain on the northern coast, near Ekes, right around here.
So there does seem to be a central mushroom that propagates everything else.
It was a cavern that was found at the time. You're not sure if it was a albino drow like Fizzy, but you know it was a druid.
Eos will relay all of that, of course. So we have a Vega location now.
So we can make the potion, jump to the cave and through the mirror, and what then? Like toss it on the mushroom as fast as we can?
As much as I would love if that worked, I think we're gonna have to do a bit more than just toss it on it.
Do we need to like cut it open?
I don't know.
We need to find the very first one, right?
I mean, that's the plan.
If it's the first one, we can kill it, and if it still releases spores for a while, then the spores would be poison too, right? I don't know science.
I don't. I know science, but this is...
This is even far beyond me, honestly. I know mushrooms, but not like this.
Oh.
Connor, as the person who knows mushrooms best, and who knows who's the one who's lived in it the best, can I think about a way that would be our best method of going in towards this?
Yeah, roll wisdom.
A 17. So
Okay.
plus 6, so 23.
So the answer is you need to introduce it into a way where it cannot get rid of it. So as close to the center of it as possible, which means you need to carve into it to get to the center of it and basically put it in there. Because at that point, it has no choice. It can't get rid of it. Its body is going to absorb it naturally just by it being present, and there will be no way for it to expunge it from its system. Downside is there is zero way to do this in a stealthy manner in any way, shape, or form that you can think of. Because no matter what, you're carving into this thing, and it's gonna know you're there. It's as simple as that. There is zero real stealth option once you're actually doing this.
It's gonna fight us.
We should also be prepared to have some protection against breathing in the spores.
Yes. And I still have protection from poison prepared.
I always have it.
I
I'm gonna change
can also prepare that.
poison.
I believe.
I also always have that prepared.
Yes, I can.
So yeah, I don't. We're gonna have to look. We're gonna have to attack. We don't have to. We can do some. We can. We don't have to do this right now. I will say, we can do other stuff first. Like this is not. I don't want.
Well, what do you want to wait for?
It's been happening for a very. Other stuff is more important than this. You guys have more important things to worry about. It's been going on for hundreds of years. Waiting a few more weeks isn't going to. You know, the sister thing was more important to me, more urgent. She was. I don't know where she was. I don't know what happened to her. But this has been happening for a very long time.
Fizzy, are you chickening out at the 11th hour?
Not chickening out. I'm saying I don't want you guys to risk your lives for something that we can maybe do other stuff, become a little more powerful, because I don't know how dangerous this is.
But on the other hand, it was only a few days ago where this entity witnessed how we fight. If we give it enough time to adequately create countermeasures to people like us, then our confrontation will be more difficult, even if we are stronger.
Yeah, what Iggy said.
Frankly, oh, go ahead. Were you gonna say something? I was just gonna say, I don't. Frankly, I don't see the point of waiting. Yeah, I think you're just scared. But you're never gonna feel strong enough to face this down. But I do know that we are all of us, a very talented bunch. We have done so much already, and this mushroom is an active, ongoing threat to this country. And I feel like if we're all together, I feel like we can achieve anything.
Yeah, if we're all in this together.
Shut up.
But,
Our friendship and all that.
One advantage is that we did not use any sort of fire attacks against it in our previous confrontation. It does not know that any of us are capable of doing such. I think, as he holds up the foreman's pick, between this and smites, I could probably cut fairly deep.
Okay. Okay. I trust you guys. So if you feel you're ready, then
Well, there's no point in pussyfooting around with it.
Oh, I'd
Is there
say
anything
that,
we're
but
not-
I won't. I agree. 100%.
Cass won't say it. Not Cass. Fuck. Fitz won't say it in the way I will.
Cass will say it.
But Cass will say it.
oh, Kaz would say that's a fuck around. To be fair.
Let's see, if someone else is going to employ any non-magical weapons, I could add an elemental effect to it.
No need. Add a character. If I hit a target, regardless of like the damage or anything like that, going forward for the next round until my next turn, all damage can bypass magical vulnerability.
Yeah,
And like bludgeoning, striking, if it's got resistance to that, it won't.
yeah,
In the sense of like non-magical items.
I have elemental weapons. It has to be a non-magical weapon, but it would add in a d4 of the chosen damage type and make it a +1.
Jolly, were you saying something?
Oh, I was wondering about if Theon would still work or not. That's what I was asking.
Magic
No.
items only. Sorry, non-magic items only.
Wow, the first time I have nothing in my thoughts.
The advantage is
Let me see, what are the various saving throws against my smite spells? That's a
your smite slots.
save, that is.
Smite slots?
Smite slots.
Yeah.
Wisdom
Smite.
save, but it's also not
Smite,
much damage.
smite sluts.
Smite sluts.
Smite sluts. Sorry.
Slutty paladins are called smite sluts.
Isn't a save,
The
but
slut I met at the bar 2 weeks ago explodes in radiant fire.
Hot.
So, the only,
Hot.
the only smite I have, like, the actual spell that I think would do any additional effects that would be useful is Searing Smite, but it's a Constitution save, so it'll probably save. But Thunderous Smite, we're not concerned about pushing it away. Wrathful Smite, it's not going to become frightened, I don't think. Branding Smite, it's not turning invisible. Blinding Smite, I doubt it can be blinded. So I could try to set it on fire with Searing Smite.
Yeah, that's a good
Smite.
point.
That's great. That's
Great.
Sorry, all the rest of us were too busy having the skit shed out of us.
The skit shared? The skit
heard
shared?
that, so-
I'm sorry.
That's worse than Connor's pronunciation of Robitussin.
Are we on drugs? What's going on?
I mean,
Only Robitussin.
Only Robitussin.
I mean-
Robitussin.
this isn't even all my pill bottles. I can't hold them all in 2 hands.
I wish I had you.
But no, I almost had the shit scared out of us while you were talking.
Yeah.
Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder who
I
did
heard
that.
the
Michelle,
Huh?
your mic picks up every sound on your desk, and whatever you just fucking did with the can,
I put it,
It popped.
down.
it was so loud.
That's
You
fine.
weren't paying attention either because you set it down, and I don't know if it was 3 or 4 of us all went.
All 4 of us were like,
God.
My other ones were like, Michelle?
That's why I'm muted most of the time because my mic is just...
Oh my god.
yeah, I don't have anything new to bring to this fight. I'm a bit of a one-trick pony, if you don't mind the.
So is magic not working on this?
oh,
It should work.
so out of
Okay.
character, we were told that it will adapt too that that's it. Phases. So some of our previous attacks, it might have
So we
something
should
to.
switch
Like it might have
out-
resistance to piercing because I shoot bullets, for
So
example.
we
Yeah.
should switch out for like the spellcasters. Maybe switch out our spells. We lost Joe.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
or
have
We'll be
stuff
back
that
in a
is
second.
different
Don't worry.
much.
Yeah.
damage types. I don't think we used too much. The only things we really used were piercing, slashing, poison, necrotic, and radiant.
Okay.
And
Yeah. The only damage spells I could possibly take are radiant. So
Okay. Are we going to use the mirror, or do we need to use my wind
we're
wall?
probably just gonna jump there.
Okay.
If we jump right there, it won't have
yeah,
time to.
if we
We just
if
gotta
we
be ready
wind
to.
walk, then it will still be technically able to be sensed, and it takes a minute to get out of the form.
I ask this because I'm guessing we're gonna wait another day before we go.
We need to make sure we have the gear
Oh yeah, we
first.
have to make the panacea.
You gotta make the
And
potion.
it would be good if we could make 2 of them, so that gives 2 people an option if one of them is close and the opening is
Okay.
there.
So, because before we go, I'd like to do
Yeah.
a hero's feast.
And
Yeah, we can do that right before we use the mirror.
using the mirror also means if people have concentration spells, they can put them up before we go.
Okay. All right.
So I can set up Searing Smite before we go in, and then first round of combat I'll have it without having to cast.
Okay.
Well, make the potion, I guess. Because
Sorry. Let me try. I make the potion.
can Darius give you advantage?
Mhm.
I already assumed I was.
Maybe.
Just
Perhaps.
help me, please.
Again, I already assumed I was.
Okay.
And don't forget your oracle roll for the
I have a 17. I'm gonna use the 17. Which is 17 plus my potion making, which is plus 10, so 27.
You will begin trying to figure out the best way of brewing the poison using dose.
Poison.
poison first.
Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. With your first attempt, you feel like it would be potent. You feel like it would work, certainly. But there's something about it that seems almost off in a way. And for whatever reason, I don't know. You just have an odd feeling that it may not be as good as it could be, or the best option that you'd have at your disposal.
I'm assuming
Out of character. Yeah. These are basically one day of attempts each time, and basically use whatever you have to give yourself as a good an opportunity as possible.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, that's fine. That's why I was gonna give myself guidance as well for the next one. Sorry. I'm also gonna roll. If this is a full day of, I'm gonna roll an oracle before I start, just in case. 18 on the die this time. And then we'll do another day of work. I will be using the oracle number, because I rolled a 13 and an 11. So plus 1 on my guidance is 19, plus 10 is 29.
Okay. The second day in the second attempt, it certainly feels better. Much better, even. You're able to make a pretty sizable quantity of it, holding it in what is effectively a large piece of pottery, or a large pot, I should say, not a piece of pottery. And you feel confident that this could certainly help with what you're doing and be the tool to poison him in this way. Possible in theory you could try to get something better though.
I'd like to try one more time. So, what number? Not as good. It was 12. I'm gonna use a different die. Sorry.
Alright.
Ew, okay. This is not gonna be as good. Well, it's the same. It's 29 again.
29 again.
Yeah, because I rolled a 15 and a 4.
Yeah.
And
Still
then
good.
Plus 10. So.
Plus 10. Still good. Maybe you could do better.
Okay. I want to try one more time.
Okay. Day 4.
Oh, wait. Oracle number 4. Okay. Oracle number 4 is garbage. Okay. This could go over 30. Okay. 18 plus 4 is 22 plus 10 is 32.
32.
32.
Um,
Over 30 this time.
After 4 days of using lengths and sections of the mycelium growth that's produced by dose, constant brewing of various attempts at these potions, constant attempts, and a slight smog now beginning to fill the room where Dose's body is stored, you eventually come to you settle upon one that you feel is easily your best result yet. This one does seem to have a slight gradient to the coloration of it, and with every movement of the liquid inside, you see that it almost seems to shift in coloration a little bit, like an oil spill, but always in shades and hues of blue. And as you trail your finger through it to see how it came out, you're left with this tingling sensation on the tips of your fingers, and they come out stained and tinted blue. You're not sure if it's going to go away or how long it's going to go away. But you seem pretty confident this is going to be what you need.
So if that's the case, before we go, I would like to. At this point, Missy should be at least awake. You said it would only be a few days, and it's been 4, at least, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'd like to go see my sister before we go.
Yep. So this leads me to a question for everybody else. The last 4 days, Fizzy has been working on the poison. Poison. So the rest of you, are there any things in particular that you have been doing in that meantime?
Fitz has been checking on Adam. I
Okay.
know that much.
Yeah.
Also, if I missed anything in the last 10 minutes, my headphones disconnected and wouldn't connect again. I've been sitting in silence for 10 minutes trying to get my headphones
Oh,
to
I'm so
work.
sorry.
Buddy.
You didn't
like,
really miss
awesome.
anything. Don't worry.
Miss Fizzy doing the potion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you missed
Fizzy was
Fizzy
just-
trying 3 times and then
Potion.
succeeding on the 4th.
Yeah, the potion.
Gotcha. Devotion.
So,
Potion.
Fitz, you are routinely going and checking upon Adam. You can see that within the first day, there is definitely changes to the growth that is the arm and limb and leg, I should say. the long length of what looks like some kind of a nerve is starting to be surrounded and starts to have other lengths of more hard, firm materials developing as well that resembles bone. It is not bone, though. It is hard. It is firm. It feels porous. It feels lighter. It still seems like it's structurally sound, but it's definitely not bone. And it's definitely not shaped the same way as a normal arm bone or a leg bone. And all of it is tinted ever so slightly blue, save for the nerves, which are bright blue. At this entire time, Shay has been keeping Adam quite firmly unconscious and comatose, effectively. He is refusing to allow him to wake up, given the circumstances. The second day you come back in, and you'll find that the length of bone-like material is starting to get covered by something fibrous and striated. It almost looks like muscle, but not entirely. It's blue. It's bright blue. And at the end of the arm bone, where a hand would be, it's starting to make all these fine, tiny bones and tendons and veins that are starting to be formed. And as you watch this happen, ever so slightly, you watch the fingers twitch and move. Spasmodically, all on their own. They twitch, flick, bend, stretch out. And the foot is doing more or less the same. By the third, muscle has begun to surround the arms, and it looks much closer to a regular arm at this point. Maybe a little bit bulging in wrong spots, and maybe not as defined in others, but it still looks like a arm. Maybe flayed, but an arm. And by the fourth day, he has something close to an actual regular old humanoid arm on his person. It doesn't end with it has fingers, though those fingers do not end with nails. They do not end with they don't have fingerprints either. It's lacking all those little details and bits of definition that would be there on a normal body part. And as you are kind of looking at it a little bit, Shay will go, it even appears to be a bit hypermobile, and he'll pull one of the fingers back until it touches the top of his hands.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's a thing that his mushroom arm can do.
I don't know. We'll have to wake him up, you realize.
What if he hates his new mushroom arm and leg, and he gets angry at us for giving him a mushroom arm and leg? What do we do then? Just put him back to sleep forever, so he can't yell at us?
All you can do is deal with it. He was treated in the best way that you thought was possible. You deal with it.
Well, I'm about to go kill this big mushroom, so I think we should probably keep him asleep until then, and I'll just leave Frog here. Parting gift. Anyway,
you leave Frog
situations.
on Adam's body, and Frog will kind of stand there and look around, and then just kind of stand there, sit.
Hey.
And Shay is he's going to leave Adam on comatose for the time being.
I just don't want him waking up while we're gone and freaking the fuck out because he has a mushroom arm and a mushroom leg. You know?
So, that would be what Fitz is doing. Anybody else have any other actions they want to do in the time between?
I want to experiment.
Okay.
I got
what was?
bean brain stems.
Ah, okay.
I want to know what I can do with them.
I would like you to roll alchemy tools.
Alright. Let's see if I can still remember how to do that. Hopefully this rolls correctly.
It did.
11 on the dice.
Ouch. So the Fiend's Brainstems here have a few possible ways you could go about using them. You think in theory you could do something pretty typical and just do a regular old tincture for like some kind of damage resistance. Most likely it'll wind up being something like fire resistance. Since they are fiends, it is one of the most common things they resist. There are a few other possibilities you can see, though they will be more difficult. The biggest one you could see that could be very useful would be a tincture that would allow you to briefly cast a form of domination onto a target.
I want to try that one.
Okay, DC will be higher.
I know. Give me a second. Alchemy tools again?
Mm-hmm.
Now listen here. Listen here, you little shit. I want this really cool magic item. Don't fuck me now. That's what I thought.
I watched it land on.
Roll your dice.
I watched it land on the 4, and then slowly tip over to the 18. I said,
It was the same for me, except it was hovering over 2, and then it tipped to 18.
Roll your dice.
With several days of brewing and a few attempts at this, you will use up the brain stems that you have at your disposal, and you will wind up with a black sludge-like material that sizzles when it comes into contact with air. It doesn't seem like it'll be fun to drink, but it does seem like it would do the job.
Hey, congrats, you made Marmite.
Ugh.
So the dominate potion then?
It was a potion of Dominate Person. It lets you cast Dominate Person once upon consuming it.
So I have to consume it to dominate someone.
Yes.
Got it. That's fine. That's all I had.
Okay. Anybody else? Granny? Az? Cody?
Something to test out, because with elemental weapon, I have plenty of different types of damage that I can test. Ignatius is going to each day kind of borrow the bag of holding and go out and find some object or a small creature that is sort of infected and kind of drag it into the bag of holding where he can run tests on what it is resisting or potentially vulnerable to, where it cannot relay that information back to the main source.
So you're going to abduct little mushroom creatures to test
And
them, basically.
That's basically every type of damage at my disposal, which I think between my various spells and smites, I have every damage type except for necrotic, lightning, and force. Technically, I do have force with the tattoo, but yeah.
Okay. So a few days of testing would basically reveal that the biggest things that the mushrooms seem to be a little bit more resistant to after you guys had run across them is, for one, lightning to a very high degree. As somebody kept sticking them with a sword that did lightning damage. A second thing is that they seem to be a little bit more resistant to being stabbed, as somebody kept sneaking up behind them and stabbing them viciously.
I don't know
Would
what
that
you're
be-
talking about.
Would that be slashing or piercing damage?
It is piercing damage. On top of that, I'm trying to see if there's any others I'm missing.
Maybe. I don't think we did it too much, but potentially Radiant, because Fizzy did a few arrows and Ignatius did, I think, one smite. But there would only have been like 3
Nope.
or 4 attacks.
There was another one, Necrotic, because somebody cast Blight on one of them
Alright.
and damn near killed it immediately. So, Necrotic, they're resistant to, Lightning, they are resistant to, and piercing damage, they are resistant to.
Alright. He'll kind of report that back after the 4 days. But everything else appears to be relatively fine.
And I'm saying they're only resistant though, so don't worry, it's not going to completely cripple some of you.
Yeah.
It just means I changed my spells around. No biggie. Did you say the spells were? It was lightning,
Lightning, necrotic, and piercing.
and piercing, and radiant. 'Cause I did
Not radiant.
Not Radiant.
Not
Necrotic
Radiant?
though.
I
Not
did
radiant.
radiant on it though.
We both of us did a small amount of radiant, but it was significant damage.
It was done off of the amount of damage done.
Okay.
And,
Got
Heads and shoulders, the most damage that was done was was piercing, followed up by lightning, followed up by necrotic.
Cool. Good for me. All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Kaz
who
keeps
got
sticking
that
out her
much-
tongue at me.
Yeah, who could have done that much lightning damage? And who could
Lightning
have done
or
so much
piercing.
Wow, Kaz. I don't know who could have done it.
I didn't do the lightning, you did.
What? I don't know. I would never.
Let me see, what kind of damage does that do? It doesn't say there.
While you guys figure that out,
I can actually make things easier for you, Jolly.
while you're figuring that out, Jolly, there was something you wanted to do.
Well, refill my hat slots.
Oh yeah,
Is one of them.
roll for those.
Let me just roll at least.
Yep,
What is
you
it?
have
1d4 minus 1?
Yeah, for each day, so
I'm just gonna
as
copy.
long as you don't get 1 on 4 consecutive rolls.
I can't remember if it's space with rolling. I can't remember in terms of that.
Slash R space 1d4 minus 1.
There you go. I think I need one more. Yeah, I'm good on my hat. I guess I could do some divination stuff just to see for the next 4 days. You know, it's not like it's taking any materials from me, so.
Mhm.
Let me see. Within the next 7 days, what's our best? I don't know how to ask this question in terms of trying to kill it.
Well, explain what you're trying to go for, and then we can.
And then we could parse it out, yeah, and figure it out.
I can't do piercing, so that's the one thing I can't do. In terms of like, putting the poison in, Rostovska? Is what I'm trying to gauge in the question.
What if it'd be better to use slashing or bludgeoning instead?
Slashing or
What?
bludgeoning?
If you can't use piercing, like trying to ask what is the best damage type to use for getting the poison in.
Yeah. It's basically one of the questions I would ask. I don't know if that's an actual thing to ask.
So basically, slashing would probably be the best option because you'd be carving away at it to hack into it. That'd be one of the best options you'd have at your disposal.
I don't have slashing weapons to do that.
I mean,
Can't Fayone technically slash? Most weapons, most bladed weapons have, like, you can choose to either pierce or slash.
I
A
allow
Victor,
that.
maybe not, but
I allow that for many items just because I think the idea of a single damage type when you have a weapon with a blade and a pointy bit is kind of dumb.
mhm.
So
Okay.
yes, technically you can use Fayone to slash. It's not going to be the same. You're not going to be just shanking it. You'll be instead be like carving at it and slashing at it.
Could I put even dose poison on the blade if I wanted to?
Put who's poison?
Doses
Dose.
poison.
Maybe. The problem is that how do I put this? Maybe, but the issue is that at the end of the day, your dose is only there to land the finishing blow. He's not really going to be causing damage over time. So it wouldn't work the same way like you're hoping.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, like, you're delivering the payload, the poison that is the payload. And you just need to get in there until you can...
I'm sorry. Are you using Overwatch terms to relate to Jolly?
No, payload's a term
Payload
for
princess.
bombs.
Jolly,
It's-
you gotta be the you gotta be the payload
Imagine-
princess.
Escort the
imagine
payload.
Overwatch.
Stay on the point.
What if
So,
Overwatch was real?
Yeah,
Can you
to explain it out of character in you got a cattish. No, it's fine. To explain it out of character in simpler ways, he's a damage wall. So you need to deal as much fucking damage to him as possible until you can eventually put the poison into him.
Okay.
To weaken him enough that we can get the poison deep in.
I could
Yes.
always coat my weapon in fire because it's not a damage type that he hasn't had immunity
Yeah.
to.
That's an
I
option.
think you can like pour alchemist fire on it or something.
I guess the other thing, this is just out of like the mushroom thing, is like, should I be concerned about the figure that was watching me in the rat hole?
I'm sure it's fine.
I don't know. What did divination say about that?
Your question is, should you be concerned about the figure in the rat hole?
No.
Oh yeah. No? Wow.
No.
Okay. That's
That's just the Hat Man. Everyone knows the Hat Man.
No,
He's
shit,
cool.
don't talk
He's
about
literally the Hat Man.
Oh, so suddenly this isn't a safe place.
No, it's probably actually like in some way connected to the rat folk that was Creech.
Hmm.
I'm so sleepy now.
Let's see.
I can't think of any other questions for the next 2 days of the leftover divination. Don't know. Other than that, I don't have much to ask, honestly.
If you have no further questions, Becca, is there anything that Granny needs to do?
Nope.
Okay.
She's relaxing in the car, reading a spicy novel while everyone busies themselves, and she's just like, "I'm fine. I just Que sera, sera. What happens, happens.
And that will leave us off with Fizzy. You want to go and speak with your sister.
I would like to see how she's doing.
I'm a savage.
Whoops. Sorry. That's the problem with having all these buttons is if you accidentally touch them when you're messing with something, it scares the shit out of everybody.
I'm savage.
Oh, hold on. Would you like to hear the full thing? Here you go.
Penis
I'm a
size.
savage. Penis size average.
I'm a savage. I thought I said I'm a sad bitch.
I'm a sad bitch.
How are we supposed to
Uh.
recover from that?
I don't know.
Recovered from worse.
So you go to check on your sister. Your siblings would be in the two of your siblings would be out of the room. One is inside of it, and it looks to be Krago. Zunmin and Zulna, they both seem to be a little distracted. As you are coming up to the door, they won't stop you from going in, though.
Okay, I'm gonna go in.
Okay.
I wanted to roll to see if I would ask about the other two, see if they're okay, but I rolled low, so.
So you make your way into the room, and you'll see that Krago is there. He is sitting on a chair next to Mizzy, who is currently laid up in bed. She's kind of laid into a sitting position. And you will see that there is a glow that's kind of coming from like the very corners of her eyes, and the eyes themselves are not blue, but tinted blue. You can see that it almost like comes in like a gradient where the eyes are bluing at the edges and starting to pale and become a little bit more to their normal color.
That makes sense.
And Mizzy is talking. But not to Krago. She's just talking aloud.
Interesting. What did she say?
Right now she appears to be midway through saying,
if you go to Karhe, you will meet him there. Begin to work with him. That's where it starts off with. From there, you will have to listen to what I say. Try writing down things on walls. Make it noticeable.
Has she been the one writing things on the walls this whole time? Oh no. Because one was something else. Wasn't one... sorry, Kriegel, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about... Has she been doing this whole time?
yeah, she's been talking to herself.
What has she been saying?
More stuff like that. She started off by saying, go to the surface. That was the first thing she said.
Okay. Then?
Well, after that, it was like listening to a conversation. She was trying to tell another person and convince them to do something.
What was she trying to convince? Do you know?
Go to the surface. To go to the surface and to start looking around and learning. But she started talking more like this now.
He said it would be bad few days. Hopefully this isn't permanent. Because if it is, I'm going to carry the guilt forever. Hopefully this isn't permanent. Recording devices don't exist. This sucks. Because I would like... curious as to what she's saying, but... It might be helpful, but... Anyway, I'm coming here to check on her, obviously. But also tell you that we're gonna go... try and kill the source.
All right. So, yeah, best of luck, I guess.
I think we have a good solution. Obviously, it's gonna be dangerous no matter what we do, but everyone feels very confident, and they think it's best to do it now. So I trust them, and I think they're right. But that means I do have to go for a bit. You can stay here as long as you want. Obviously, I would assume you want to stay here to take care of Missy until I get back.
Yeah, I can do that. That's easy enough.
I'll tell the other two. I'm assuming they heard her. Is that why they're acting a little...
You could assume so, yeah.
Okay. I'll go talk to them. Okay. Out of character, or I can roll for something. Do I think a greater resto would like bring her like back to like normal?
No.
No.
It's not done healing her for whatever it's doing. It's not done.
So it's still going through whatever. Okay, that's fine. I will let it continue. It is working its way through. That's fine. All right. We'll deal with this, and hopefully, if all goes to plan, we'll have home back.
I hope you're right.
Me too. Okay. She's gonna walk.
Yep. You do so.
I'm gonna go find the other two really quick.
They're still at the door.
Yeah.
They're still just outside the door. That's all.
Are you two okay?
It's a little disconcerting.
I know. It's part of the healing process, what I was told. I understand. It's a little odd. But it'll be fine. She'll be fine. I'm going with the rest of my group. We're gonna go and see and deal with the source so that we can get our home back, because we can't wait anymore. And they think it's time, and I agree with them, so we're gonna go deal with that.
Okay. Be careful.
We will try. Thank you. I'm
Okay.
good.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
I want them to know I'm leaving.
No, that's fair. Fucking assholes. Not you. Upstairs neighbors. Just stomping
Usually
around.
when you scowl at the ceiling, it's that.
Yeah. So, you leave off with your sister kind of muttering to herself.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where we'll pick up next week. You guys are going to tried to take down Rostopska.
God.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw up. Okay.
So, if you enjoy what we do, pass the word on, tell your friends. We stream regularly Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. This has been we'll pick this up next week. If you enjoyed, pass the word around. But with all that said, say bye, stream.
Bye.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.